I'm going to try to go live. Let's see how this works out with YouTube. They always take their time. What's going on, Bigfoot world? Can't say another Friday night live, but we're here just a little bit late as usual. Who knew it'd be a day and 11 minutes late? but it's the same old, guys. Ain't nothing really changed this week. It's just been hell getting out into the woods between the rain and all the hunters running around out there. It's nothing happening. It's like Mission Impossible out there right now. Last year there wasn't like hardly any hunters. This year, that's all there is out there. It's flooded. Them woods there's just so many hunters out there. It's crazy. But it's good to see everybody made it. A little bit late. Sorry guys, it's Saturday. I was just so tired yesterday from work. It was like no way I was going to go live. I actually think I slept through live. I think I woke up, it was like 9:30 or something. Had to be at work at 12. So it just wasn't, it was something that wasn't happening. I hear you, Kelly Lawson. Geneva. I'm pumped, Geneva. I'm ready to go. I wasn't even gonna have it today, but I had to let you guys know where I'm at, what's going on, what's been going on, which ain't much of shit. But guys, we can start it off. I've been looking at this Cam 360, man. Them things would probably take things to a whole nother level. I can't wait. I think in January, I'm definitely going to break down and invest in one of them Cam 360s to where you can see everything. When I'm walking through the woods, you can have your phone and just be watching beside me, behind me. You can watch in the sky if you wanted to. So I think that'd be the best move on the research of Bigfoot. I think I'm going to go ahead and dive into one of them Cam 360s. I've been looking at videos on them. I've been just looking at reviews on them. I can't wait. Can't wait to get one of them. It would bring everything to a whole nother level with a Cam 360. You guys gotta check them out because on your phone you could just be like you're walking there with me. You can see everything the whole way around me the whole time I'm walking. So it's gonna be interesting. Man, I'm losing my voice only like 4 minutes into it. That sucks. Magic Mike, that's just it. He's disappearing with that Houdini shit. Every time I try to get him into the woods, man, it just he come up with excuse after excuse why he ain't going. I think after this last encounter with him and Jeff, it's just not going to happen no time soon. No time soon. That last time it killed it scared the shit out of him. We came out of the maze in the rocks, and once we didn't even make it 5 feet out of the rocks, and we heard chattering on both sides of us. They was the one growled. I mean, they was done. Mike was ready to run. I think Jeff did run at one point. I had to snatch him up. All the way from Ireland. That's what's up, Domino's. You missed it on Friday because I didn't have it, man. Keith. Right, Nancy? That's what I was thinking. That on that Cam 360, you guys can watch both sides and the back while I'm going forward. I mean, there's just so much. It's just a whole nother level for sure with that camera. I'm definitely going to get it. What's going on, Mom? I see you on there. But anyways, guys, there's a couple things that happened this week outside of the Bigfoot world. Not too much, mainly work because of the peak season. These next 2 months is like, wow, it's hard, it's intense, but we're getting it, man. I messed up and called off today. I didn't even call off. It's really my off day, but I was supposed to be there trying to get stuff going, and I didn't make it. It's just it's been too much at work. I'm trying to rest up and knock this month down, and tomorrow I couldn't even make it into the woods last Sunday because I think they had bear season. This Sunday, I think. This Sunday, I'm not sure if there's hunting on this Sunday or what, but I'm definitely going to try to get out there tomorrow to see what's going to happen. See if there's anybody parked, if I see any orange running around the damn woods, because I ain't trying to get shot. It's like a big interruption with these hunting season going on. It's almost next to impossible to get out there. That's mainly why that you guys ain't been seeing many videos with really any researcher, because it's just this time of year it's hard to get out into them woods. You hope I get Christmas holidays off. Shit, I do too, but it looks like maybe just a Christmas Day probably. They'll probably close down Christmas Day and right back at it the 26th, the night of Christmas Day. Pass it to the left, Mom. You're supposed to be a good influence. You the one crept in out of the Bigfoot world. Without a doubt, what's going on, man? But with this shadow thing behind me, if you notice the camera is facing back that way again, that he's been acting up, man. But I think for a good thing, a couple things happened with this shadow person. I ain't figured out what it is, who it is, if it's male or female or what's going on. But a lot has happened. The one thing that happened that really caught my attention was I was in the living room. I was playing the PlayStation 4. I don't even remember what I was playing, but I was sitting there. I had a candle lit on the coffee table, just to have it, and I wanted to go. I forget where I was getting up. I was leaving. I think I was going to Wendy's, and I was coming back to finish playing the game. And when I left, I just left the candle burning, but at the same time I forgot my keys and everything laying on the coffee table, so I had to come back up the steps, come back in here, and something blew that candle out. I mean, it was burning strong, and that candle was just freshly blew out. You can smell the wick burn, like that smell after you blow the candle out. That was weird. It's like it was protecting Cook. Well, I left because I messed up and forgot to put the candle out before I left. So that's one thing that it's doing. It's not out to hurt me. It's after actually looking after me. But Philly girl was here. I had Philly girl here one day this week, and she stayed the night. She stayed the night, and I went to work. Right, I left and went to work, and she was in there laying down with Cook. And when I came home, she was like wide awake. Why ain't you sleeping, man? You shouldn't be up sitting there looking at me. And she said, well, I was laying in there, but I seen this black shadow come streaking across the hallway, and a woman said, get out. I said, what are you talking about? She said, I ain't staying here by myself no more. Something black went across the doorway there, and like 2 seconds after that, this woman said, get out. So I was like, oh man, this that. See, it's like, damn, this ain't good. But it's whatever it is. It's like There's an upbeat with it. It's taking off. It's getting. I wouldn't say worse, but it's acting out more. So I don't know what to do with it. It's weird. It's crazy as shit. But without a doubt, I appreciate that, man. I seen that. I definitely appreciate that, and I'm gonna put that toward the Cam 360. I'm definitely gonna get that. I've been dreaming about that cam. That's my next camera, the Cam 360. Did you hear it from man? It was right when I was talking about it too. That's what the weird thing is, and it was in my bedroom. It's freaky. It don't like people here. Keith said I farted. That's what's up. That's what's up. But there was definitely something going on back here in my bedroom. I still need WD 40 for my chair and that. I ain't even got time for that. I ain't got time to shit. But I'm gonna get it done. Tomorrow I wanna get out into the woods. I'm done talking about that thing, but eventually you probably see a streak across that doorway there. It's always coming from the bathroom down to the steps. I have to let the girl out the bedroom, right? I hear you, burn stage, and see every time I even talk about it ramps up. It don't get worse because I would move, but it's acting out more, pretty much. I haven't heard it say anything. The girl was the first one. The Philly girl, she heard it say "get out." It told her to get out. So she didn't even sleep the rest of the night. She sat up in the chair and watched videos till I came home. It likes the show. It likes when you talk about it. I think so too. Because right when I was talking about it, it made some kind of some weird sound in there. Weird sound. There's a few things I wanted to talk about, but it's not a good time. It's not a good time. But maybe throughout the videos, when I'm out in the woods tomorrow, something I'll throw it in there. Hopefully, the wrong ears don't get to it. Like being at the club, hanging out at a sportsman club, you hear a lot. You learn a lot from the older people because they work from all walks of life pretty much. And when you get inside stuff from the forestry, it's like money burning a hole in your pocket. You want to tell so bad, but there's time and a place. You gotta figure out how you're gonna get it out there without getting yourself in the too much. So definitely stay tuned when I post up these next couple of videos. Pay attention because I will be talking about it. I definitely will be. That's crazy, Lisette. It's knocking. Whatever I'm drinking is putting hair in my chest. That's what's that, Baldor. That's the curse I had since I was like 12. Nothing I could do with that one. That's why I wasn't saying much. I was just kind of listening because it's in there doing shit. I know it ain't Cook. Cook, where you at, puppy? I know she's in there sleeping. You went squirrel hunting. Yeah, there's a lot of hunting going on in these woods right now. At least you're having fun. Hopefully there ain't no hunting tomorrow. I want to get out into the woods tomorrow. Spend the whole day. There's like two places I want to get into, and I just can't. I think Tuesday we got snow. We got a few inches of snow, like 4 or 5 inches of snow, and I woke up seeing all that. I was happy, man. I wanted to get out there so bad, look for tracks, and I went up there. There was like cars every so many feet that just parked along the side of the roads and shit. I already knew what it was going to be when I got out into the woods. It'd have been that, man. And I had a brown leather jacket on, so anything brown got to go down in the hunter's eyes. All the Bigfoot channels are talking about ghosts. Yeah, but this one, it's been messing with me for a little while now. And right now, it's just not like ramping up. It's getting worse and worse. I can't even say it's getting worse because it's not doing anything really bad. It's manipulating shit, moving shit around. They blew that candle out. They told Philly girl to get out. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it wants her gone for some reason. The other girl, she's out the picture now. I forget what name I gave her. I don't think I gave her a name, but she pretty much history. I don't know if you heard that one. I don't know if my house it's like being in the woods, sitting here listening to different sounds and shit. You saying what I'm smoking, it ain't strong enough, whatever it is. Your phone broke, that sucks. But there's shit going on back there, man. I need to quit talking about it. I don't know if it's a male or female or what, but the Philly girl said a woman told her to get out. She seen a shadow go across there, and shortly after that, the woman said, "Get out." It was like a woman's voice. So that's something different happening. She don't want to stay here by herself. She says she won't. Don't bother me, man. Stop feeding it, right? But she paying rent. Who the Philly girl, or she just doing a drive by on me, pretty much. Yeah, I hear you, mom. Didn't I hear a little girl? I've been hearing. That's why I wasn't saying that much. I was hearing stuff back here in my room. No, Geneva, I ain't never had no problem like this. This is weird. My cam broke. No, my cam ain't broke. I just want that cam 360. I think I need an upgrade. I really want something that will zoom in a lot further than what I got. But at the same time, that cam 360 would really be nice. I want to get something. Maybe I'll try to get a hold of two cams, but that cam 360s first, and then I'll look into a long range cam. Burn sage, and then if I do that, it probably get pissed off, and it go from good to bad real fast. Something could be latched on to me from the cave days. Anything's possible. Anything's possible because really, it's That's when everything started, and it really never stopped. But at the same time, I kept going back to that place, and I still do. The sounds that I've heard in that area was unbelievable. You hear little kids playing when you're walking up top of ground, underground. You hear the little girl saying, "Mommy." People screaming. I heard a man in there screaming, "We need more concrete." I mean, at night that place comes alive like you wouldn't believe. The scream, yeah, it sounded like monkey screams in there. And then we messed up. That was the first time we was down in that cave. We messed up. We did the overnighter challenge. The first night we ever did the overnighter. And the way we usually found our way out was up in the ceiling. As we're walking up through there, would look for the light in the ceiling. And we wasn't thinking once it got dark, we said, "Hey, let's just go above ground for a little bit so we can get our breath, just take a break from this stuff, man." So we go start heading out, and we're looking up and realize that there's no light coming in. If something happens, we can't get out of here until daylight. We're stuck in here. It was that was a nightmare. There was no way out of that place because the front was sealed up. Thanks, without a doubt. But the front was sealed up, and there was no way out but up through the top and through that cave. And you had to climb up them rocks and go through the ceiling. And that just wasn't happening because we couldn't find a light to get out. It was scary as all hell. And then we got them big screams, the monkey sounds going on in there. It was a nightmare. We finally found our way out at like 4 a.m. We walked the whole way home. We had like a 10-mile walk home. We walked that the whole way home. I said, man, I'd rather walk home than to go back down in there and spend the night with that shit. I ain't going back. So we just pretty much hiked it home the rest of the night. But Fred ended up possessed for like 3 months out after that nightmare. I mean, fully possessed. And the church wouldn't do nothing for him. The hospital couldn't do nothing for him. They was like sending him back and forth. That was something I never want to live again. I don't even know why I'm bringing it up now, but it was a scary adventure. That's probably why, Chris. That's probably why it's closed off. I mean, they didn't really seal it up until I found them three-toed tracks. Once I found them three-toed tracks, no, actually they were sealing it up around that same time. But then I found the three-toed tracks, and then they federally restricted it from anybody going back in there. So I don't know if it has to do with the three-toed tracks that I found. That's down in there, or if what it is, what's going on with it. Cook, is that you, puppy? Where you at? Cookies. Cookies. I'm hoping it's cookies because it could be break down too much. Oh, Cookie, did you see you was sleeping? You don't hear this shit? You better go see what's going on out there. She ain't trying to help me. Do I have sleep paralysis? No, I don't think so. Lack of sleep, yeah. Oh, because I was talking about what happened to Fred. No, that was Bigfoot there screaming. It sounded like a baby in there squawking down in there. You could tell when they came home. You heard it when they came home. It seemed like that whole time it was quiet. Then that happened. It was down off into a shaft. We was walking past it. And we must have spooked it when we passed that shaft, and it started screaming at us. No, there was two different tracks, Robert. There was one that was about 16 inches, and there was smaller one. It was only like 8 inches. The smaller one was off the dirt road out up into the wood line, walking along parallel with the bigger one that was out into the road. If you guys didn't see that, that's WTF is this part 1 through 4. No, Cookie's right here beside me. Cookie ain't grown at nothing. Do I have Cash App? Actually, I do. There's a link in the description. Sorry, guys, I'm half asleep trying to read you guys' comments. But if you guys definitely want to hop out, there's a link in the description for the PayPal. Everything is going to the Cam 360. Cam 360. That's going to take everything to a whole nother level. I can't wait for that. Even me, I'm going to be going over the videos 1,000 times because you can go through one time and watch it the whole right side of me. The next time I can watch if anything following. I mean, there's just so much I can do with it. Cam 360. That's going to take everything to a whole nother level. I don't know why I don't have one yet. I just now came across one and seen the performance of one and what they do. Man, it's unbelievable. I don't know how they do it, but it's unbelievable. You gotta check out some 360 videos with your phone because as the person's walking, you can just check with your phone the whole way, turn the whole way around and see everything around him that's going on. Did I get into the new maze? No, Keith, but Sunday tomorrow, that's my first stop. That's my first stop. Sunday, as long as there's no hunting going on. See, last Sunday there was the first start of bird season, I think it was, and there was the first time they're allowed to hunt on Sundays. Now I think that was only like a one-time thing. I gotta look it up, do some Google, and see what Siri got to say. I don't know if there's hunting tomorrow or what. There's some shit in the woods, man. You have no idea. I should write a book. As much stuff as I seen going on in the forest that, I mean, if I even started to tell Betty Knox alone, I mean, you guys would call me crazy. I've already got called crazy from just from the soldier coming out of the rock. I took a girl up there. We was walking through there. I was just trying to get to know her. That's why I didn't film that trip. But I was telling her like I was coming up through here, and that big rock up there on the hill, a soldier came out right at me with this long rifle and this knife on the end of the rifle, and the strap was hung up on the blade. And she looking at me like I'm crazy, like who am I with, man? She thought I was nuts, but it shit really happened. You just got to be out there to see this, experience some of that stuff. The field of power that's in them woods, it's nuts. It's definitely nuts. Another book that was a nightmare too, Mom. Making all them copies and shipping them out, and then pages missing in it. I ain't going down that road. You know what, Chris? Somebody at work told me that too. They said that my voice is calming. That they'll turn it on at night and go to sleep just listening to it to my voice. I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing, but there's another girl out there that pretty much called me crazy because I look for Bigfoot. I told her about my Bigfoot channel, and she said, "You're crazy. There ain't no Bigfoot out there." All right, man. You know how many people I done took out into the woods that didn't believe and came out the woods believing? There's at least 30 so far. At least 30. Minimum 30. Everybody I've ever taken out, they come back knowing something was out there, no matter who it was. And I think there's another video I want to put up. It's coming up soon that I'm going to be talking about what I learned at the Sportsman Club. And that's probably the angle that I'm going to come at it with. I'm not going to say park rangers or none of that, nothing of that sort. I'm just going just keep paying attention, guys, because I got a story for you here shortly. On these next couple of videos, I'll throw it in there. Should have just made the book digital. You're probably right. You saw one up behind. I seen that. What's his name? I don't want to say the wrong thing. Turtle Dave. No. Man, what is his name? The Turtle Man. I can't think of his name. I was just watching him too. Turtle something. The Turtle Man. The one that goes out and looks for the turtles. I was just watching him today. He just had a good sighting going on with the mother and child Sasquatch on his property. Yeah, I forget his name. I might have to look it up. I definitely am. You guys ain't helping me none. I can't even think of it. The turtle. It's going to kill me until I think of it. I'll think of it before the end of this live stream. But I seen the Turtle Man. He had a couple sightings on his property. Thanks, Wayne. Yeah, Turtle Man, but there's his name. I can't think of it. But he's going to be doing shows on that now, since he's not going to be able to let it go. He was so excited to come running down off the mountain with his kid and let's go get the camera, man. They're still up here. I just seen them. I mean, he was excited that he's going to be obsessed with him from this point on. I know all about Colorado Bigfoot. Rita, me and him, we talk regularly. I'm going to get out there to him this summer, without a doubt. I'm definitely going to make it to him this year. I've been trying for like 2 years now to get out there to him, just to do a weekend thing out in that mountain, and it seemed like there's always something. Right, Dean? There you go, 100 likes. We still got 2 haters in the crowds. That's what's up. Yeah, Robert, that's coming up Sunday too. If I can get out there this week, tomorrow, if I get out there, there's two spots I want to get into. The first spot is that maze. I want to get down in that maze area, and I want to get out to that sacrifice spot, see what's going on, what changed, and just tell like a little background story on the first time we was out there. Well, there is a little truth to that. I got to tell you guys, the first time that we found that, I was out there with Carrie, and we went down in there to take a break to get closer to the river to get away from all the bikers up on the trail. And me and Carrie walked down in there way before I was even filming, and we found that table. We found that table. Well, first going down in on the right, there was like two fresh graves. There was maybe 6 foot long, 2, 3 foot wide, and there was like 3, 4 foot deep. And there was two of them side by side. And we thought that was odd, but we really didn't think nothing negative of it at the time. So we walked on down and we found this big ass rock that looked like a stage or a podium where all the people, it's a big clearing down there at the bottom. So we was like starting to put everything together. Like, this don't look right, don't even feel right. So we walked on down to the river, down closer to the river, and that's when we found the table. I'll get to your comments here in a second, but that's when we found the table. And that table was totally different from the second time when we went in with the camera. The first table that we found, it was long. It didn't have that plastic clear thing on top of it laying. But the first table was long, about 6 foot long, 4 foot wide, and at the head of it, it had like 2x4s, about 2 foot long, up going up on each side, to where you can get your arms tied to. And down at the foot of it, it had them big long spike nails coming out to where it looked like you could tie your feet down to. And I was like, you knew what it was when you seen it. You knew if you get caught down here, you're not making it out. It's not a place you want to be in. So it was like maybe 2 years later, we left out. I left it. We got out of there. We never went back. About 2 years later, we went out on the bike trail. We had Fred, everybody with us, and that was the day we was filming. And I'm like, listen, man, let's go down there and see what's going on. Let's check this out real quick and get it on film. But to save our own ass, so we don't get in trouble for not reporting this, let's play like this is the first time we found it. So let's just go in there and like we're going down and get close to the river and act like we just found this area. So I get down in there, and it threw me off because I get down in there, and where the graves was, the two graves, they're now got trees, like 8 to 10 trees piled up on top of it. There was no trees cut in that area. The trees was brought there and piled up where the graves was. There goes my voice. But going down into the table, that the table was different. The table was totally different. It was like 4 foot wide, 6 foot long, but it was a brand new table, and it had that clear plastic coat over top of it, like a plastic sheet over top of it, so you just dump water over it and wash everything off. So it was a totally different table. So that tells me that they're still down there and they're still doing the same things. So I want to go back in there. It's been maybe 3 years, 4 years, maybe longer since I've been there. I just want to go back in there and refilm it, see what changed, and point everything out to you that I've seen in the first 2 times that I've been down in there. And I want to do it quick. I want to get in there, film it, and get out before you know what I mean, before I get caught. But I'm going to get in there and check it out. Yeah, Kelly, I seen that track that Turtle Man found. I'm going to catch up on you guys' comment real quick and hopefully get my voice back. Call it a wild man. Boots here. What's up, Boots? Thanks, Helen Nicholson. I appreciate that, man. That means a lot. That's why I keep doing what I do. Robert Driggs, I hear you, man. When they threw that stick in my back, man, that freaked me out. That freaked me out. Every time he comes here, he makes fun of me because it's always usually him screaming like that, and then it caught me off guard. It really did, because I that's what it is, Keith. Devil worshiping. But whenever I was going up through there, I heard it walking away up in between the one cracks in the rocks. It was like going up and through there. It was pushing away from me, and that's what startled me first because I knew it was there. I heard it going away, and then I looked over on that tree stump, and I seen that peanut butter was completely gone. It was out of there, and I looked over. I said, the peanut butter's gone, but he's going that way. I hear him. He's walking away from me. So I was talking to him, letting him know that I was behind him, trying to get up there to give him new peanut butter. And as I'm walking up there, a stick come from behind me up over that rock, and it caught me off guard. It hit me right in the center of my back, and it dropped down to the back of my leg. And I was thinking like it grabbed me, like it's got me. I mean, that just caught me off guard. I freaked. Then I screamed like a. It sucked. It sucked. It was funny. That freaked me out, man. Spruce Hollow, Ross Cave Structures. Helen Nicholson, hit me up on Messenger. It can happen, man. I'm always down for new caves. Definitely. Right, Robert. They are funny. Just funny as shit. It wasn't funny at the time because it caught me off guard. Screaming like a girl. Yeah. I was screaming like a bitch. That's what happened. I definitely screamed like a bitch. I don't try to do that too often. I didn't even know I could reach a note that high. I sound like Mariah Carey for a second. I didn't know I had it in me till you get scared. And once you get scared, anything can happen, man. Anything can happen. I try that sometimes. Usually when I sit down and smoke on a rock something, me, Fred, it happens so many times. We'll sit there and smoke off camera and just sit there BS, and rocks will start whizzing by us. Fred's girlfriend, she wanted out there so many times because of that. It's like they know when the cameras are running. They definitely do. You gotta, Robert. We've been out there so much and had. It's like it's average to have rocks thrown around at us. It's like a normal thing, and the whoops and the tree knocks. That's all normal. What gets us is when they start charging and doing stupid shit like that. I ain't ready for that. I ain't never gonna be ready for that one. I think I only had one charge ever. That was with me and Carrie out there at night, actually going out here to the waterfall. One came up over from the riverside, straight up in between us, and up over the other side of the mountain, quick in like seconds. They steer you around more than a little bit. They know how to. If they want you to go another direction, they will get you go that other direction every time. Every time. Nah, Charles, it ain't. That's just this week, man. This week. Next week, I'm gonna try to keep it on Friday. I'm gonna try to get back to my regular schedule. It's just hard with this peak because now they got me like punching out and punching in the same day. It's weird. It's hard to explain, but it's not far from it. And soon it seems like soon as I wake up, I got to get right back, get ready, get back into work. But it's only till January 2nd. I'll be back out there. I'll definitely be back out there. Have I heard from Sheila? Not in a while. Not in a long while. You said a mouthful, Lee. You're right about that. Well, at the same time, there's like rules with them that you don't realize you're going by a set of rules, Bigfoot rules, when you're out in the field, but you do. You know when to back up. You know when to stop. It's like you get this gut feeling, don't go over there, or you're not coming back up out of there. It's just you gotta follow your gut sometimes when you're out there. What is that you seek when you find it? Then what? I'll film it. I always do. Right, Dean? Yeah, that's the truth too. You'll know. If he steps out there, I'll definitely film him before I run like hell. But I'll definitely film him before I go. I'll try anyways, because I know me. Once he steps out, I don't see me trying to stick around too long. Hopefully, I can hang it out long enough to film him. I definitely won't read it. I learned my lesson from that. Even showing people where the location is. Scream like a girl and run. That's about it too. It, we had some funny times, some intense times out there. Sometimes it gets weird. That's like the adrenaline that there's no better high than that. Going out there and experiencing that kind of stuff out there. It's like there's nothing better than that. I'm not ever going to stop doing what I do. I hear you, Rod. That's probably something I'll never do again. That was the challenge that you guys challenged. That hey, do an overnighter in that cave, and like dumbasses, me and Fred said, okay, that's probably the worst move we ever did. It'll probably never happen again. I won't sleep outside that cave, inside that cave. I'm done with that. I'll walk past it and through it to see what's going on, what changed. But other than that, I'm gonna keep it moving. I'm gonna keep it moving. Last time I was there, I seen I don't the whole tree completely gone. So I don't know if people came down through and took that deer cam or if Bigfoot took the tree and drug it off somewhere or what. But that one tree with the cam is gone down in there. And the sad part is there's another cam that was on facing that cam. So whoever took it or whatever happened to it's they got it on cam. So they know who it was. I hear you, Daniel. You ain't going right. Right. Right, Keith. That's what I'm waiting on, man. Last Tuesday we had like 5 inches. I wanted out there so bad. I got up there and top of that mountain, seeing all the hunters lined up. Their cars was it's just sad, man. So I just turned right back around, came down off the mountain. It's like maybe next week, maybe, but I don't think there's no hunting tomorrow. I'm gonna get out there and see what I can do, see where I can get into. That's it so far. And then like the next day it rained and it all washed away. All that snow we got it was gone the very next day. So it didn't even it's just enough to piss you off. Hopefully we get another snow soon. I like it when it snows. It's pretty up in the forest when it's snowing. It's beautiful out there. Cold and slippery, but beautiful. What did you think I was talking about, Geneva? I lit the cigarette like 20 times. It just don't want to stay lit. Maybe it's telling me to quit. And comment on you never replied, but there is one sticking its head up from the snow. I think I did see pictures. I did. I know what video you're talking about. I think it was like 2 years ago. As we was walking past, there was Fred and Money Mike was all with us, and he popped out. Thanks, Robert. I definitely appreciate that. Put more tobacco in it. Set up a camera in my bedroom while I sleep. But if I sleep naked, then I can't. I'm just playing. I'm just playing, guys. But that is, I don't really, I know it's here. I know that there's something going on here. So to see it, it probably freaked me out and I probably wouldn't want to sleep. She said, that's fine. I hear you, Lee. Blur the boner. That's funny. Definitely snap. You feed them cereal and old fruit. Very careful doing that. I don't know why I started with the food because feeding animals, wild animals, is always a bad thing. I mean, it's a good thing and a bad thing at the same time because that one time you go out there and you ain't got food and they're hungry, it could go wrong. It could definitely go wrong. Right, you said a mouthful. I know it's there. I see it all the time. I see a lot of times, 90% of the time, it's like out the corner of my eye. But there was two occasions where I seen it head on, where I got up, turned around, and it's crossing the freaking doorway. And my heart stopped. I just stood there, froze for like 5, 10 seconds, just stuck. My mind saying run, but I gotta run out there. It's a jacked up feeling when that happens. Better to have food than see. Since I talk about it, I gotta stop talking. Mid South Sasquatch, what's going on, man? I see dead people. Now I hear dead people and shadow people. You hear Bigfoot like sardines. I'm sure they do. They're like fish. They're always in that river. I'm freaking myself out. And I always do. Every time I talk about it with you guys, I start freaking myself out. I'm going to get ready to go anyways. I got to be at work at 12. So I got to get ready. Right. You never run from him, Gary. Hey, man, you need to hit the woods I go to. It's like the Civil War went through there. There's a lot of bad history going out of this forest, this mountaintop here. That Bigfoot ain't the only thing out there. The one that shoes world. That freaked me out too, Geneva. It definitely did. Yeah, I'm gonna pull up a little history on it, and next Friday we'll talk about it. I don't want to just start rambling off stuff, but Gettysburg went through here. Jamonsville, it went through there. Jamonsville. There's a lot of Civil War that happened here on this mountain. A lot. Are the ghosts following Bigfoot? It's a good question. I don't think they're following them. I think it's just the forest is filled with things, and everything lives in it. But Bigfoot World, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this a little bit short. I'll definitely be here on Friday for next Friday for Friday Night Live. My voice is about gone, so I'm gonna go ahead and run, jump in the shower, and eat something before I gotta take my ass to work. They're sensitive. But with that being said, I want to thank everybody for the donations tonight, guys. I definitely appreciate that. Everything is going definitely on that Cam 360. I definitely want to get that for sure. Lee, you have a good night. Annette, definitely be safe. And stay tuned for this next crazy ass adventure, Bigfoot World. Stay tuned, guys. And I definitely will. T from Texas. Thanks.